Hello and welcome back. So in this video we are going to be looking at the difference and intersect operators that we've seen in relational algebra, and we are going to see their implementation in SQL. And the issue here is that MySQL itself does not support intersect or difference directly, so there's a slight workaround to it that we are going to use. And let's just first look at the tables that I have right here. So I've also added a relation for the EU, and what I'm going to do now is I want to see all of the countries which are in Europe and which are part of the EU as well. So let's just first look at the region. So let's just do a select star from regions, and I had to do this because I want to know the region code for the region ID for Europe. So once I've got that, it's 2. So what I'm going to do is select star from countries where region code equals 2, and let's just go ahead and run this one right here. This one should be region ID, sorry about that. And once I run this, I've got these 4 countries right here, and this one right here is not going to be part of the EU. So what I want now is I want the intersect of this right here and the EU. And normally what you do is something like select country underscore code from countries, and then you do an intersect select country underscore code from EU. But that doesn't really work here. Let's just try this out, and this doesn't work. This gives me an error, so it doesn't recognize this intersect right here. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to say select star from countries where region ID equals 2. That's my basic condition for the country being in Europe. And then I'm going to say and country underscore code in. So this in keyword right here is what I'm going to use, and what the in keyword basically means is that check whether the country code is present in whatever expression is given right here. So that's what it means, and let's just go through what this query exactly does. It goes into the countries relation because that's the only one that I have here, and then I'm saying where. So what the where clause actually does behind the scenes is it goes to every entry in the table, and for every entry in that table. So let's actually just look at the select star from countries. So let's just look at this thing right here. So now what it does is it goes to this entry right here in the table, and it says is the region ID 2? No, it's not. So let's just skip the part after the and. So and it keeps doing that. For this it says again region ID is not 2, region ID is not 2, and finally it gets right here and it says yes, the region ID is 2, and then it needs to check a second condition as well. And what's the second condition? The second condition is that the country code should be present in this relation right here, and this is always going to be a single column relation, and the single column relation that I have here is select country code from European Union. So it needs to check whether it's actually present, this country code for this thing for Germany, which is DE, is actually present in the relation that this thing results. and it is going to be there. So it says yes, it is there. So add this DE Germany and 2 to the result, and it does that for Spain as well, and it does that for Italy as well. But for Great Britain, it actually satisfies this region ID equals 2, meaning that Great Britain is a part of Europe. However, it's not part of the European Union, so this query right here doesn't return that. Actually, let's just try running this query individually as well. So let's just do this, and as you can see, it gives me a single column, which is ES for Spain, IT for Italy, and DE for Germany. So for Great Britain, it's not going to be part of the result here. So let's just run this, and as you can see, I've got these three countries: Spain, Italy, and Germany. Great Britain is not present there. So that's how we can implement the intersect operator. And to implement the difference operator is actually pretty simple. Let's say I want the countries which are in Europe but which are not part of the European Union, and that's just going to be Great Britain. So let's say I do this, and all I have to do is say not in, and the not in basically just means that it should not be present in this query right here. So I'm effectively implementing a difference itself. So let's just try running this, and it, as expected, it just gives me Great Britain right here. So this is how we implement the intersect and difference operator. And one thing that I actually forgot to mention in the previous video is we were looking at different styles of writing the natural join, or actually any join, and we saw two styles, which were the ANSI style and the theta style. And these are just separate for the readability purpose, but when it comes to actually implementing them behind the scenes, everything is just reduced to the theta style. The theta style is the old style that was used, so everything is just reduced to that behind the scenes. But for readability, we have introduced the ANSI style. So this was one thing that I wanted to mention from the previous video, and I'll see you in the next one then.